Howdy, Beefalo Bard here, and welcome. Quick note, if you haven't been to the Synty store, and it's at syntystore.com, uh, yeah, you probably should check it out. Um, you can get assets for Unity from their marketplace or from Unreal Engine 4 from the marketplace. But if you didn't know, you can get them directly from Synty Studio's website. And this video is not sponsored directly by Synty Studios. I just like everything that they do. They don't pay me to do these videos. They don't pay me to do the TB4 packs, which a TB4 is a try before you buy. And what I do is I create these TB4 packs just because, well, they're simple and easy for me to do. And I'm going to change to where I'm actually putting them on itch.io instead of just on my Google Drive account, so that a little bit easier on my Google Drive, because I'm going to have to clean that out. It's full again. But what they do is they let you get in and, in a multiplayer fashion, walk around and look at the asset pack on the demonstration map and take a look at the characters and see what the asset pack looks like to see if you're going to love it, and you will. You know, I haven't found anything from them that I don't like yet. I mean, even the earlier Symbol stuff, whenever they first started putting out asset packs, they were doing the Simple series, and even those have their allure to them. But I really like the Polygon series. It's my personal favorite. They've got all the packs on here. You can pick them up, purchase them. And in case you didn't know, also, right now during November on the Unreal Engine 4 Marketplace, the Polygon City Pack is free. And that was my first asset pack that I got from them, and I instantly fell in love with them. I bought that one and Heist at the same time. They just work well together. But also, if you look, the crossbow, bow and crossbow, is free. So if you go to their store, you'll be able to get that free of charge. Same thing with the pumpkin and the Christmas. So you got a Christmas tree and got presents and snowman. And it's pretty cool. Good stuff. So that is free, but they also have their Simple series there as well. They are a bit blocky. They take a little getting used to. The characters are almost twice the size of a UE4 mannequin, but they are targetable and usable in that fashion. You can still retarget them the same way that I show on my videos on the Polygon series. So, okay, let's get into the meat of this, and I just thought I would share that right off the bat. Project-wise, I am going to... No, I don't really like Synty Studios products. No, the actual project I'm working on in the background is involving Synty Studios assets. But no, I don't really like their assets. No. All right, so I'm going to start from scratch here, and I firstly downloaded the Western Frontier pack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my simple multiplayer Steam template, which I sell. It's the only thing that I sell. And I'm just going to clone that, and I'm going to call this TB4 Frontier. And I'm just going to hit browse, make sure I'm in the right location, select folder, and create and continue. It takes a few minutes, and well, not really a few minutes, a few moments, and it clones over this into the name of the new one that we'll be working on. And there we go. But before I go in there, there's a couple things that I want to do really quickly, and that is to actually go into the project, and I'm using my browser off screen, but I will pull it on screen to show you what I'm doing here. I'm going to go to, if I go to the correct one, and TB4 Frontier. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to delete my saved folder, because it may contain saved stuff that was there if you went into that old project. So I'm just going to get rid of that. Everything else can stay. And what I'll do is I will navigate to where I downloaded the pack. I got this directly from the and I'm going to go ahead, and I'm in my project, so I want to go ahead and open it up so that I can see my content folder. Okay, I know that I'm already set up with a third-person template, so what I will do is I will just navigate down to where I downloaded the actual polygon one too. And what you're going to get, as you can kind of see here, that I get a lot of my stuff from their store. I'm just going to right click on it and extract to, and it's going to unextract that RAR folder into the folder that I want. And I'm still on Windows 7, so from time to time it doesn't like to refresh, so I have to manually do things. So what you get is the source, the Unity, and the Unreal Engine 4, and it's going to be the 414 sub. So I'm going to right click on that one again and extract to Polygon Western 414, and it creates this folder here. We're going to go into it, and I'm going to do it over here so that I can have direct access in case I screw something up. And when you open up the Polygon West Frontier, inside you're going to have a content folder, and you're going to want to open that content folder, and this is where you'll see all the FX, maps, materials, meshes, and tutorials. You just want to be into the content folder so that you can see this folder right here. And just come back up to your project, and I'm going to right click on it, drag it, and let go on top of content, and copy here. That's going to copy it directly into my project outside of the launcher itself. Now I can actually go into the project and let it load. So this is definitely a first look. I mean, I just finished downloading it, and you saw me extract it, you saw me put it into the project, create the project, and this is it. This is the very, very first point. And always, whenever I come in here, I can go in here, go to my blueprints, I got my character right there, and the animation system that I'm using is a third-person animation blueprint. This project, when you first load it up, is going to go to the main menu map, but whenever you hit play, it will actually bring up the menu, and we'll just cover this really quickly. If you just hit play and you use a standalone viewer, it's not going to see your Steam connection. The project that I'm developing is going on Steam, so I'm just doing it to where it works for what I'm doing. Yeah, sounds a little bit crazy, but standalone game. Click on that, and it will actually see the online functionality, so you can actually test things out and see how it goes. Now, let me see. You got Steam username and avatar. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love making them. That's just what I do. I'm old as dust, so you know I enjoy making these things. So you can click on single player, and it will take you directly into the map. At some point, I'll actually finish doing all of the key bindings in the menu, so you can see what they are. But primarily, what you would have for key bindings is WASD for your normal movement controls. You can hit V as in Victor to change your views to first person view. You can look down and see yourself. You know, it's not the best method, but it works. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You can hit the escape key. It allows you to either resume game or go back to the main menu. Multiplayer, since it does use Steam functionality, you have to have Steam running in the background, and it runs off of the Steam region system. So whoever joins your game needs to be in the same Steam region. So you can either find a game and look to see if anybody's hosting one. If nothing pops up within a few seconds, go ahead and hit Find Lobby. It'll search, and if it finds a game, it'll say the name of the game, and it'll have a false ping. There won't be an accurate ping on there, just simply because of the fact that you're not running on a regular Steam app ID. So don't fear if you see 9999 for your ping. But you can hit host, put whatever you want for the name, hit make, and you can go in. For right now, it's going to the same map. I'll change that here in just a moment. But let's quickly take a look at the assets that come in here. So I'm going to go into the Polygon Western Frontier, and the first folder is effects. You have dust, fire, smoke, black, and then another static mesh for the actual smoke. Maps. The overview I like to look at first, but the demonstration map is what I'm actually going to plug into the try before you buy version. So you'll be able to just load up my menu, jump right in, and be able to play. So as with any, you're going to have to compile shaders. Holy crap, there's a lot of stuff. Um, yeah, I've never seen any of their products that I haven't liked. Um, the trouble is that some of them I just love, and even if they don't fit into my current project, I still keep thinking, well, I should probably add this one into this project because I want this from there and this from there, and yeah, the one that haunts me the most is damn pirates. I like it. Yeah, the current project I've got is using it. Plus, I've got a try before you buy version already for sci-fi, and I have a little cheesy capture the flag multiplayer game that's on itch.io that I use with the sci-fi asset pack. So let's quickly take a look at our characters here. A couple ladies, got Indians and men, got a trapper with a fox hat, sombrero. Yeah, got like looks like a miner, more Indians, bandito. Got a pretty good mix of characters in here. Oh, I already see the one I want right there. That's me. All right, it's a pretty good set of characters. You've got good. There's a canoe in there. Looks like some kind of steam engine. Okay, nice American flag, but you know, I live in South Carolina, and a lot of people around here, and we fly the Confederate flag. It's a matter of heritage. It has nothing to do with race whatsoever. I'm not some racist pig that I don't like somebody because of the color of their skin. If I don't like somebody, it's because they're stupid. It has nothing to do with the color of their skin. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little bit of a white boy. Yeah, if I went out in the sun, I'd probably shrivel up and die. But double barrel shotgun. We got a little black powder carbine, black powder rifle. Nice additions, and totally digging the Gatling gun. I heard it referred to by somebody as the chain gun. It's not actually a chain gun. It would be normally loaded with this as being the magazine, and would have, like 45-70 cartridges in it. Black powder cartridges, but oh, nice dynamite, single stick and pack. TNT crate, got to make that explode. Detonator, the plunger type detonator. Got crate of dynamite, logs. Yep, got us a liquor barrel, moonshine barrel. Got some gold. I see an arrow, coffee cup. We got another rifle tucked away over here. Wagon wheel. Oh, that's nice. A stack of muskets. We got unusual looking little knife thing right there with a pistol grip handle. Spike bayonet. We got a lance. Mining pick. And tomahawk and hammer. And yep, I see some uses for that. Miscellaneous boards. A fountain. Overturned wagon. Some fortifications. Yeah, I know. Shut up and actually go to the demonstration map. Oh, I like that. That great for setting up like a pier system or a bridge. It would be nice. And I'm loving the minecart track. I'm really going to have to experiment with the minecart tracks. I keep wanting to say Minecraft. The minecart tracks. Because you have these that have a slight taper to get into and out of an incline. God, I got to see if I can rig something with that. I'll have nightmares trying to think about it until I get it right. Some teepees, some tents, buildings, it's a stovepipe, some stairs, towers, watchtower, some stairs. Alright, so I'm digging it. We got riverbeds over there. Oh, that's cool. There's no interior to it. Oh, that sucks. But, yeah. Digging the barn. Wow, okay. You can never have too many of the outside. These are great for establishing map borders, but as you can see, you got like this right here, where would be the opening for a cave. Clouds, ground pieces, foliage. Yep, I'm digging it. So let's actually go to the demonstration map. Let's go ahead and save all. Even though I don't, well, I moved those 3 guns up. I saw a ramp over there. Oh my god. Yeah, I like it. So hurry up with your shaders. So we're going to look around from the outside, then I'm going to go ahead and retarget the characters, and then I'm going to actually walk around. So you got a camp here, like this would be, I guess, a scout or cavalry style camp. Overturned wagon, got Indian village over there, shack, some foliage mixed around, little town. Alright, so for the try before you buy, what would you guys like to see done in this? You know, oh, this is cool. I gotta quit looking at it and just actually get some work done here. So let's start off our player. Where should we start off our player? So that we can have some continuity. I would say start off here. That way you can walk through this way and you can see things and go explore to them. Oh god, there's going to be so much to explore. Yeah, I'm going to start off with putting a player start here in town. So let's grab a player start and drop it right there. Rotate it around. We want to go ahead and go to our world settings, set it to third person game mode, and save all. Quick retargeting. And you guys, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I do the same thing every time for doing retargeting. It doesn't take but about a minute or so to do retargeting. Oh, there's so many cool building pieces. Yeah, I could sit here and drool for a while, and I still go back through some of the other asset packs that I'm using. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't know that was in here, or I forgot that was there, and yeah. So let's go characters. So the first thing that I do on my retargeting, I'll go to my characters folder. I'm going to move through here quickly. If you need me to slow down, let me know. But I'm going to create a new folder, and I want this one to be animations. I'm not going to use that just yet, but I also want to create a new one called mesh. Bad size. Of course you are. Let me move you up a millimeter. You happy now? Sorry. So what I'm going to do with the mesh, and not necessarily in this case, I'm only going to be using one asset pack, but if you're mixing the Synty Studios asset packs, the skeletons work together. So what I do is I make a copy of the mesh by just dragging it over, hit copy there, and I rename it to SK underscore polygon. And now if I'm using 1, 2, or all of the Synty Studios Polygon series, the skeletons will work. Except for the adversaries, the tall guys, they need to be done this same way, but separately from the rest of the characters. So the tall trolls and things like that have to be done separately. But other than that, you can use any of the Polygon asset packs and merge them over to one single skeleton. And that's just as simple as coming over here, copying the skeleton. You select your first guy and your last person. You don't want the you want all the ones that have this pink color underneath them. Those are the actual skeletal meshes. With them all selected, I can now go to skeleton, assign skeleton, and select my SK polygon, and just keep repeating this. You're gonna have to select it and accept for every one of the characters, but This is the longest process of the whole thing, is doing all this. And then retargeting the animation blueprint, it's super fast. Like I said, this is the longest process of retargeting, and it's not necessary if you're only using one asset pack, like I am for this project. So I didn't need to do this, but I'm doing it anyway, because I'm old and I got a lot of OCD problems. I see a jail wagon. I don't know, it'd be interesting to look at. I gotta quit, quit getting distracted to actually focusing on what I'm doing. There's so many ooh shinies whenever you're exploring a new asset pack. And I'm gonna do save all. And I'm gonna go into my mesh that I've got. Now that I've got skeletons and stuff like that applied to it, that just happens to be the guy that I want to use anyway, bandit male. I'm going to click apply to asset, and I'm going to make sure that it's set to select humanoid rig, and there you go. Oh, that is so irritating whenever it doesn't anchor. Epic Games, fix your junk. Oh, save all. Now it seems like ever since like 419 or 420, it keeps forgetting my preferences. So I can go to editor preferences here, and the first thing I'm going to do is asset editor open location, main window, loading and saving, uncheck enable autosave. Ugh, thank you. It keeps losing those settings, and I have to redo that on every new project. So we've done that. We can actually close this for now. We need to just quickly jump in here to our mannequin, UE4 mannequin. Go in here, upper arm, we want to put him in the T-pose, because everybody in the freaking civilized world uses a T-pose, not a Y-pose. And it's not that, oh, well, Synty Studios is using a Y-pose, and UE4 mannequin is actually using a Y-pose. I'm going to lean towards Synty being right, because, like I said, everybody else in the world uses a T-pose. It may not be called a Y-pose or an A-pose or whatever. This is the pose that it should be in. So that's why I'm raising the upper arms up by 50, lower arms up by 10, back by 20, hand up by 10. And then I select humanoid rig and modify pose, use current pose, and save. This is a T-pose, Unreal Engine 4. Unreal, Epic, whatever. This is a T-pose. You should try it sometime. So we already hit save. Now we can actually retarget the animations, and that's just a simple matter of right click on third person animation blueprint, duplicate, select your polygon skeleton. I'm going to replace the third person in the name of the third person animation blueprint with polygon. I'm going to hit the change folder because I want to tell it to go to my animation folder. Okay, retarget, done. Here, save all again, go to my character blueprints, and now I can just jump right in here. Holy crap, I'm not going to do a lighting build on camera, I'll do that off camera. Click mesh, viewport, come over here to my skeletal mesh, and what was the guy called? Bandit male, right there, the very first one. And then I'm going to select the animation class as my polygon, and because I don't know why, I'm going to blame Epic again. So we're going to have to grab the camera, rotate it back by 90, up by 90, and totally reposition that. It's totally not in the right location. So I'm just going to move it over here, uncheck snapping. You're dead square between the eyes. The reason I turned off real time is because I have a problem with trying to move it in one axis, and it decides it wants to move it in 3. I'm going to bring it to where you just see the face disappear, hit compile and save, and you can turn it back to real time if you want, and we're all set. So now if I go in here to play, I'm going to play in selected viewport, and there we go. That's our character. So, first thing I notice, it's absolutely just bone quiet, so I'm going to have to add in some nature sounds. But what would you guys like to see in this? And you can see where it says preview, preview, preview. That's a relatively easy fix as well. Let's grab where it says preview. We can't grab anything there. But first thing is, well, I really wish that they would get in the habit of it. I know it takes some extra effort, but get in the habit of doing this. Map stuff, and grab stuff that's directly related to the map, like your fog, your light source, your player starts, your sky sphere, skylight, and put them into a folder separate from everything else. Skylight, if you go on to details, your light source, change it from static to movable, and poof, there you go, that's gone. And you should be able to compile your, or do a lighting build. I'm not going to do a lighting build on camera because we're over 2,000 actors. That's going to take a little bit. So again, what would you guys like to see? I'm going to add in some nature sounds just to pacify it, or should I just go ahead and put music in and let music play quietly in the background while you're wandering around the map? For sure, I need to take a screenshot, and so many cool things to look at. Water. Okay, first thing I see, water. I'm standing on top of it. Yeah, let's put a weapon in the holster here. So our water cube. Let's actually come down here and change from default to no collision. And now let's actually walk over here to the water. It had collision on it, so if you try to walk into the water, you were standing on top of the water. So what I'll do is I'll grab the 6-gun and I'll attach it to the hip, and that way it looks like at least you have a gun in your holster. Being that this is a try before you buy, I don't want to put a full combat system in here. I don't want to make a full game out of this because, you know, this is just trying the asset pack. See, now you can step into water, and that's what I wanted. So, a pistol in the holster, that's a given. So let's do that really quickly. I can go to my mesh, SK polygon, and I want to make sure I go to my skeleton. Now, even though the holster's here, it's on the belt. The belt is attached there. You would think it should be attached to pelvis, but typically the holster is going to attach to and move with the right thigh. So that's where I'm going to put the holster. I'm going to add a socket. Oh, I hate whenever it does that. I'm going to rename that to holster, and I'm going to right click and add a preview asset. And is there a holster in? No, we don't need a holster. We need the revolver. And let's go ahead and, now that we've got that as a preview asset, even though I named it holster, that's the location where I want the pistol to appear. So I just need to go ahead and rotate it around. Oh. Okay, that looks like a Lamont revolver, which is quite nice because the Western pack actually has a regular Colt style 6-gun and a black powder revolver. This looks like a black powder Lamont rifle, or Lamont. This right here would have been a 20 gauge shotgun barrel, and you would have the regular pistol barrel here with like a, I think it was 7 shots. It was a little bit more capacity because the cylinder had to be bigger because of the shotgun being your center barrel. Sorry, I'm a gun nerd, so all I want to do is just, I'm going to line it up here so that it looks right, so that whenever I actually add the pistol into the player character, it'll be right. So I can add the mesh into the player character and attach it to the mesh, and then I can tell it what socket I want to use, which will be holster. So now we actually have the gun in our holster. And that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to hit save, close that, and I'll go into the Polygon Western, go to the meshes, and let's go to the weapons. We want to select our revolver. Yeah, the whole gun nerd thing. With that Lamont revolver, you have to imagine, back in the day, it was stagecoaches and stagecoach robberies and things like that. Yeah, I'm going to select my mesh, go over here, go back to my weapons, select the pistol, go back to my player, add component, and there it is, skeletal mesh, weapon revolver, and I'm going to call this holstered pistol, in case I ever decide I want to change it or whatever else. And see, it puts the pistol down there. So I'm going to, since it's attached to the mesh because I had that selected, I can go to parent socket, holster, and there you go. We're all set. Goodbye and save. So yeah, with stagecoach robberies and things like that, what would happen is you needed a weapon that was good for really close proximity. Whenever they ride up next to your wagon, and you can stick your revolver out the window or off the top seat, and yeah, a 20 gauge or any kind of shotgun at close range, it's going to scatter out so widely with a short barrel like that that it was just make a mess out of somebody's face or would spook the horse. So it was a very useful weapon. So okay, we got pistol on the side. We got a nice, oh god, I'll spend some time off camera just wandering around this map. This is just absolutely cool. So we either need to now, do we want background music or do we want just nature sounds? Right, I've got either that I can just quickly drop into the wow, that's cool. I so want to make those barrels explode, but be a good boy. Refrain from getting carried away on just the TB4 pack. So I've got another project that I was kind of toying around with that does have the Western pack, and this pack blends so well with the Western pack that once you merge the two of them together, you've got a whole score of weapons. Plus, don't forget, on the Synty Studios, their store, Snake Oil Cure-All, that's nice. You actually have the bow and arrow and crossbow are free to download from them. So you can get that, and you can actually set up your bow and arrow system. Animation is not included, by the way. That looks nice. That's really awesome. You can actually go to view for first person view and take a look. That's outstanding. I like this pack. So what do you think? Music or nature sounds? I think music. Go for a canoe ride. Tripping over foliage. Let's see. Well, there's nobody standing around there. Nature? Okay. So, with that, it's a really complicated thing to do. It takes like, longer to explain it than it does to actually do it. Assets. Go back into our assets folder, and we'll create another one for audio. Yeah. If there were like a waterfall, I've got some other sound effects that could have just dropped in here that were sounds like a waterfall, but I didn't see the bridge over here. I gotta focus, dum-dum, focus. It's so easy to lose focus on here. Yeah, there's just so much cool stuff to look at. Get distracted very easily. So let me grab the audio file that I want to use, which is conveniently located in my audio folder right here. And large waterfall, nature, right there. So just grab my nature, drag it right in. Sorry you didn't see me do that, but instead of just playing it like it is, I'm going to go ahead and right click and create cue. And I'm going to do a quick save all. Oh, pardon the sniffles. 'Tis the season. So in here we got our wave player, and I'm going to make sure that I select looping, and it will continuously loop this sound file. And here our volume, I'm actually going to not change the volume in here because it doesn't usually work. So save that, and I'm actually going to go into the blueprints, open level blueprints. So as soon as we open this level on our event begin play, all we're going to do here is play sound at a location. We're not even going to change the location because it doesn't matter, because we're not setting attenuation to this. We want this to go over the entire map. So I'm going to do this, and it's going to allow me to come down here. I'm not setting attenuation. I'm not worried about anything else, but I'm going to go to my volume, and I'm going to knock this down to 0.3 because this one is kind of loud. And then select asset, which is my nature cue. Compost and save. I'm used to my smaller maps just going and saving like that, but you know, it makes that sound effect too, you know. So now we got birds chirping, wind blowing. Occasionally you might hear a crow in the background, or if you know, if that guy recording a video would shut his trap for a little bit, you might hear it. Well, there you go. Okay, yeah, we got some background sounds now. Only for maybe 2 years. I mean, I don't, well, yeah, I do a lot of times sit here every day, and I come up with an idea or a feature or something like that and say, I want to do this. How do I do that? And for me, it's more about the puzzle of figuring out how to make something work. Like yesterday, I did a full thing on setting up the radio from the Synty Studios Town Pack and making it work with sound attenuation, and to where you could create a radio station based off of a playlist and have a next and back, and you have like a little mini MP3 player that's actually embedded into the game. Same thing with the TV. I mean, the television work to where it actually broadcasted regular video that you can set as a playlist as well. The only thing that's kicking my butt right now is like that. That's cool. Is the ability to put a TV or a theater screen or whatever into the map, and then I can attach a website to it, and I can embed a YouTube video to where it fills the full screen of the widget itself. But I can't set up sound attenuation on YouTube videos that are being streamed directly into the game. There's no sound attenuation. What sound attenuation means that if this is what's causing the sound to play, I can set it up to where when I walk away from that sound emitter, I don't hear it anymore. I can set the attenuation range of how strong it is to where it falls off to where I can't hear it at all. So, and you don't want, like right now, the nature sound is fine because you really want that to go across the entire map because you're outside. This is all Western Frontier, so it's suitable for this. It's perfect. Running a YouTube video in this probably wouldn't be suitable. Alright, so we got a campfire right there. Do we have a fire? We does. I can come over here and grab the fire and put it in here. It's a little bit big, so let's 0.5, 0.5, and 0.5. Scale it down just a little bit and maybe drop it down some. It's still a little bit big. So instead of doing a fire, we can actually throw some smoke coming off of it. So it looks like it was being used. And with that one again, we can go ahead and do like a 0.3, 0.3, 0.3. Scale it down so it's just a smoldering fire. And if we do right click on the map and play from here, so you can see we got a little smoke coming up from over there. Might tweak the emitter, slow it down a little bit so it's not as much smoke coming up, but yeah, that'll work. So we got nature sounds, we got the pistol in the holster. This is multiplayer. By only putting one spawn in, everybody spawns at the same location. So that way, if you guys want to download this, once I get it uploaded, you won't get any assets free. You won't, oh, well, I got this for Bart. We got all these free assets. No, you're not getting free nothing. You're getting this for free that I'm actually creating, where you can actually wander around and check things out and look at the assets in here in this map. So, you know, it's not like you're going to get the free assets. They're worth buying. Just buy them. But, you know, if you don't want to look at my stuff, then don't look at it. I don't care. I'll get my feelings hurt, but, you know, I'm fragile and gentle and stuff. Alright, so we have an interior here. Anytime there's an interior on a building, especially whenever I'm looking for something demonstration-wise. Okay, Synty Studios, I love you. Thank you for putting a door in here and putting the pivot point at the hinge point of the door so I can open and close them in the right locations. It is such a simple, insignificant thing, but you know what? It makes a difference whenever I want to open and close a door. The fact that you put your pivot points in the correct location makes my old dumb OCD behind happy. Doesn't take much to make me happy anymore. I'm old, I'm sad, and I'm pathetic. Well, I've always been pathetic. So, let me in. Is there an in? Yes, there is an in. If there's an in, I want in. So let's open up that door. Alright, we'll leave the set decorations up to you, but yep, we got a couple buildings that we can go into there. That's really awesome. The more the merrier. Little minor insignificant thing. Can't exactly get underneath there. But you can jump up here and walk on the wall. So that's nice. So for a first look, my opinion, love it. The only problem I'm having right now is I'm trying to stay focused on making this the try before you buy pack so that it's for you guys. And I really just want to check things out and explore and let the ooh shinies be a thing. You know, a lot of times, you know, I've done a couple first look game reviews, and I first look at the game and it's like, I'm not expecting this to be any good, and then when I go in and it's even worse than I expect, it's like, oh god, it's garbage. But then when you get stuff like this, you go into it, it's like, ooh, look at this, ooh, look at that, ooh, look at this. You know, when you get the ooh shiny thing going, and you can't stay focused on what you're trying to do. Alright, here's a prime example where I could use the water sounds. Even though there's not like cascading water on it, if I wanted to add a sound effect for this, perfect example, if I go to my audio folder and come over here and grab my water sound, if you would let me just drag you instead of being weird and stuff. Well, you know, the thing about learning with Unreal Engine 4 is you have to remember in dealing with any kind of programming, it's not just Unreal Engine 4, it's Unity, it's C++, C Sharp, basic language, Visual Basic, whatever. It doesn't matter what you're actually doing your programming in or you're building in. Remember, when you're talking to a programming architecture, you're talking to a complete and utter moron. I want you to play water here at this, okay? Well, I need the water sound. Lovely. The water sound. But what's going to happen if I just try to say, okay, I drop this into my map, it's going to play all across the world. So I'm going to have to create a sound attenuation for it. I'm also going to create a sound cue. I don't have to. I can actually go into my water sound right here, double click on it, and it could be streaming, or I can click right here and tell it to loop if I want to. I don't need to create a sound cue. I just feel compelled. Let the power of the cue, never mind, compel you. But if you're having trouble with it, just remember that, I'm sorry, if you're having trouble with something in Unreal Engine 4, don't look at it as, oh, well, I can't do this. You can, you just don't know that you can yet. So I'm going to call this close underscore ATT for attenuation. I'm going to open that, and I'm actually going to change this down to 1200. So this is just the circle around where we're going to hear it. I'm going to leave it as a sphere. That's perfectly fine. And now if I hit save all, so I can save my junk here, I can just drag the water cue in there. But let's go into the water cue, and again, we want to go ahead and just make that into a loop, and we can do this. Now there's two ways we can approach this that'll keep it simple. You know, the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. Actually, let's go back in here, and we can actually set the attenuation there. So that being the case, we have attenuation built into our sound cue, and I can take my cue and just drop it right here in the map. And if it bugs you that it's not in the right location, that's no problem. While you've got it selected, stick it off to the side, select the item that you want, right click on location, copy. Click on what you want to put in the same location, and right click on location and paste. And that's fine. That's perfect. It works exactly. Doesn't matter if it's in the ground or inside the object or whatever else. You can see this tight circle is where it's going to be full sound, and the large circle, that's a little bit too large for what I want, so I'm going to shrink down the attenuation for it. But that's the outside radius of where you're going to be able to hear it a little bit. So I'm actually going to go ahead and change that down to 800. Yeah, 800. So what that's going to do is, you can see it shrinks that circle down. Now I could even shrink it in even more and go to 600. So that's just going to add a little bit of radiant sound. So now if we hit play, that's relatively close. I can just walk over. Oh, crap, we got another one right there. We got to do the same thing. So walk over here. It's a little loud. So you can actually go in here and, with nothing selected, go to volume multiplier. I'm going to change that to a 0.3 and then save. And since we have the same one right over where we started, do the same thing. I'm going to select this. I'm going to copy the location. I'm going to drag my water cue into the map, right click on it and paste, and there you go. So now you can hear the sound of the fountain when you get close to it, but as soon as you walk away from it, it fades away to nothing. Hey, there's another one, you get close to it, just fine, and it goes away. So that's cool. We have our sound attenuation for that. What else can we do to this map before I start thinking about packaging it up to where we're good to go? Cool, got some arrows sticking in there. bridge. We put a little smoke over there from that campfire. Got the mine. Was there a saloon? We've already seen that. That's cool. I love it. That's that. Let's zoom out a little bit more. We got that town over there. We got the mining camp there. We got the fort, wagon train, Indian village. Nah. So yeah, I can actually just get my screenshot from here, and what I want to do is just find a good spot where I can actually see. And how about some NPCs? Do we want some people walking around? As far as I know, there's no horses. Those in characters, we just have people. The thing is, I could set up people to wander around. That will take a while. It's not that it's hard to do, but what I would do is I would set up the nav mesh bounds for inside the fort here, or this villa here, and then I would have to lay down nav mesh bounds to cover, or do a spline mesh and have them aligned to the spline mesh for the roads, or just lay down nav mesh bounds in the roadways only and just kind of overlap them. But it would be easier to just isolate like this area here, put some people in, have them standing around, that kind of stuff. But what I can do is I'll set it up a little bit different, and to do it this way, to make it easier, I'm going to go ahead and save all to make sure I'm good on this map. And I know this map is called Demonstration. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into the overview map, and oftentimes whenever developers do an overview map, it's actually just what you see, and you're not able to actually walk on anything. If you try to walk right here, right click, and first off, we need to go ahead and change our world settings to make sure we have third-person character, or third-person game mode, and we'll do a save all. What I can do is set up single player to put you in this map, but multiplayer will put you on the other map, and you can actually walk around with your friends. That would be the easiest thing to do. So if you just want to come in and just look at the stuff, if I hit play from here, we actually have a solid ground. Thank you, Synty, for remembering to put solid ground down. I'm going to make it larger, but so that I can get it to go, or get something to go underneath there, so we can walk over and check out those assets. But most developers tend to put their maps here to where you can't actually walk around their map like this. Again, you can see where it says preview. All I'm going to do is go to light source, details, change it to movable. Got this rogue rifle right here. Drag it and put it over here with the rest of the guns. He tried to escape, but we knuckled at him. Alright, so let's actually grab this. This is what? Cube? No problemos. So let's go ahead and I want to scale this up just a wee bit more. And that's just so that we can have more room on this side to actually walk around. So let's do that. We're at 107.5. And what happens if we scale it this way? It's a big ass cube. I know it's huge here. That's what she said. And then all I'm going to do is just come over here, and I'm going to grab these pieces. These are the river pieces, and I'm just going to move them up. But I'm going to grab them all just so we can make this an area where you can walk around and take a look at these portions. So that is that. And let's take a look, make sure these are good. And then I'm quickly going to throw a nav mesh, not a nav mesh, a blocking volume on the outside edges so that nobody falls off, because that's like instant death. And I'm not going to bother to put a respawn system in here. So it's not going to be big enough for us to see the entire mountains here. So let's make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, it'd be so much faster if I actually just reached up there, quit being a bozo, and actually hit to increase my camera speed. But that would make sense. Why would I want to do that? Alright, so that's good. And just want to verify that, you know, I could also do this. Select an item down there, hit the F key to focus on it. So these should all be fine. So now you'll have all this room to work and walk on. And I'm going to grab a volume. Going to get a blocking volume. Now, not that this is a horrible thing, but it wasn't built on a 000 like I always do with my stuff. So my OCDs, I'm going to freak out because it's not set on the zeros. So I can't just zero the thing out and know that the center of my map, I can build some symmetry. And yeah, I got so many friggin' OCDs, it ain't funny. So we need to make it a little bit bigger and move it over a little bit. And the good thing about this, we only have to do this twice. Doesn't matter if it goes over, that's fine. And let's go ahead and scale it up. So now we have this lovely wall that's going to prevent our player from falling out of the world. And I just want to make sure that it's overlapping into the ground area. And then I'm just going to copy it and drag it over. Yep, that's close enough. When you're messing with this kind of stuff, you just set yourself miniature goals. Okay, I want to accomplish this day. You know, I know if you're in school, then they're setting those goals for you. You need to have this accomplished by the end of the day or the end of the week or whatever. So you have your goals pretty much set for you in school. But even if you didn't, then think about it like this: is if you stop learning, you stop living. So just challenge yourself every day. I could do other stuff. I could actually get out and get a regular freaking job, but I have a lot of health issues that prevent me from doing like normal things. It's called fat ass disease, and it comes from, you know, sitting down way too much. And yeah, so yes, click on your camera speed, increase it to 7. Oh my god, you can actually move around the map faster now. Alright, like I said, this is just a stopgap measure to keep people from falling out. I'm going to make this the single player map, and the demonstration map will actually be the multiplayer map. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save all, and I'm going to go into my UI folder, go into my widgets folder, go into my main menu widget, and there's lots of things you're not allowed to see in here because it's like my secret guts and stuff. So instead of going to the lobby map, we want to go to the demonstration map. So I'm going to click on it, I'm going to hit F2, Control C, and there we go, copied it. Oh, and also keep in mind whenever it comes to computer stuff, I got my first computer in 1983. 83. Most of the people that I help out and doing stuff with games and this, that, and everything else weren't even born yet. So go to single player, go over here, overview, F2, Control C, and gonna click in here for open level, and poof, there we go. Compost and save, and now I can actually go back to my main menu map, and I no longer need the lobby map, so I can actually delete it if I wanted to. But so let's take a look at it. This is what it's going to look like. I do need to get a screenshot, and I would like to put a screenshot in the main menu and add some background music to the main menu so it doesn't look like this. So I'll get a screenshot. It will encompass the entire screen here, and I'll put some music in. So now if we hit single player, now we start off in here, and we can walk around the demonstration or the actual map for the overview. So we can actually walk around, check out things like the grass, flowers, all the little cool bits and bobs, and now you can actually walk around that. No, I'm not going to make the guns work, but at least not in the TB4. I haven't done a lighting build on them yet, but I'm pretty sure I need to probably just raise these up a little bit so that oh, that's a cave. Awesome. Sorry, Ushinies. Need to raise these up so they're not doing that. So go back to main menu, and if we go to multiplayer and host or find, and when you go into it, there we go, we're in this map, so we can walk around and check this out. So if you want to walk around this map with your friends, you can, or if you just want to play with yourself, by yourself, and look at the overview map, you can do that as well. So look at the overview map one more time, and we need to fix these guys. I'll do a lighting build, and if there's nothing else that you guys think I need to add in for the try before you buy it, just for the demo pack. Like I said, this is just, you're not going to be able to stop, I don't need you selected. Just for walking around checking it out. But if there's nothing else you guys think I should add to it, just for, walking around, taking a look at it, and just for demonstrating, this is what comes in the asset pack. The city pack is free from the marketplace for this month, right? If you go to UE4 Marketplace, you can get the city pack for free. The city pack was the first one that I bought. I bought it and the heist pack at the same time, and I sit there and I like back and forth and back and forth. Do I really want to get this? Yeah, I should have not got it, because now I'm addicted to the damn things, and I have everything that Synty Studios makes. Why? Because they're awesome, and because whenever I'm working on a game project, I can slap together a game in a day's time and have all the assets I need to have characters and weapons and foliage and everything all in these asset packs. And then all I have to do is just bring in my animations and then set up my animation blueprint and what have you. And I'm there. I could have a playable demo game in a day's time, because they've done all the hard work in creating all these assets. I just need to go in here and create the individual scripting for, here, this is your character, make him walk, that kind of stuff. So go back in here, select a viewport, new. Did I put a player start in here? I thought I did. I guess not. Let's go ahead and put a player start in here. I'm glad that I did that, because if you just immediately start falling, that means there's no player start. Damn it, Jim. Put your camera speed back to 4, which is the default. And we want to go ahead and rotate so we're looking towards our cool stuff. Now if we hit play, there we go. We have a consistent start location. So now we can walk around, check out everything. I'm so screwed. I have so many things that I want to get done today and that I want to get done. I need to raise that up. Thank you, Synty Studios, because this thing is so damn cool. I'm not going to get any work done today because everybody's like, "Oh, well, I can take this piece and I can do this with it, and this is the cave portion right here." I gotta raise that up. I can make a minecart cave and tunnel system and this and that. And I see so many things that I want to do with this asset pack, and yeah, it's going to distract me from my work. The shinies. I'm stupid and simple, so. Oh, I love it. It's just so many cool damn things in here. This will be like a four-way section. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll make this available, and it'll be linked in the BBG demo section of my Discord channel. So hop on my Discord channel. I got a bunch of things. People can jump in here like this and try them out, play with them, see if they like them, that kind of stuff. God, I can make an impressive cave network now. I'm so screwed. I'm not going to get any work done for days now. Alright, so I think that's good enough for packing this. I'll go ahead and I'll put the nature sounds in here. Same thing, open level blueprint. And don't need the event tick. We just want to play sound at location and select our nature cue and volume of 0.3. That way it's not so dead quiet in there. Come out and save. And that's that. All I'm going to do now is just take a screenshot and there we go. Yeah, I'm just going to take a screenshot and put that in the main menu, and I'm going to put a song in the menu, and I'm done with it. I'll try to get it uploaded here pretty soon, like as in today. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm going to go ahead and do a lighting build and add the music in, and all I'm going to do to add the music in is just same thing I just did for the sounds and the nature sounds. It's the same basic process. Just on begin play, add the sound. So good enough. Print screen, open GIMP, and we'll go from there. So, well, thank everybody for watching. I will get this uploaded, and again, Synty, good job on this one. Another great asset pack. Thanks for watching, guys, and stop on my Discord. Make sure you subscribe. Yeah, all that happy jazz, and we will see you guys later.